All right, what's up, everybody? It's your good old boy JR coming to you live from Las Vegas, Nevada. And it is episode 3 of season 3 of the Silver and Bro Show, where I'm joined by my brother every week on Instagram Live at the All Sports Talk Podcast Instagram Live sports page. We're going to recap everything that happened on week 2 matchup against the Arizona Cardinals, what went right, what went wrong. And we're also looking forward ahead to the matchup at Music City USA, which is Nashville, Tennessee, against the Titans coming up for week 3. So once he joins in, we'll get right into it. And, just another, here he is. Speaking of him himself, there he is, the man of the hour, my brother. What's going on, man?
I'll try not to cry, bro.
Oh, man, it's all right, man. It's okay. Like I told you, the best medicine sometimes, honestly, is to talk things out, my man.
Fuck, bro. How could they lose that game, bro? Oh my god.
Well, that's what we're here. That's what we're here for. We're gonna dissect these things and we're gonna move forward with it, man. So here we go. We took on the Arizona Cardinals on Sunday. We took them on, and they ended up winning the game 29-23. If I would have told you that at halftime we were up 20-0 and that Arizona was going to come out victorious in the second half, would you have believed me?
Probably it's the Raiders, so anything's possible with us, bro.
Yeah, no, I feel you, man. It is a sad thing, but let's dissect into it. The first half, everything was looking good. Everything was looking like it was finally going our way. Everything looked like, man, this offense is clicking. Everything's doing good. Carr's spreading the ball around. We're running the ball effectively. Our defense is pitching a shutout. What more could we ask for? What more could we have asked for? And then the second half happened. The second half happened where we stopped again for the second straight week in a row. We abandoned the run. We just made some terrible calls at the line of scrimmage, and the defense was on the field for 51% of the second. And I mean, they were out there. They were out there for a lot of plays. And I don't care how good your defense is. I mean, if your offense keeps going 3 and out, your defense is going to get tired. And, I just want your reaction, bro. I mean, talk to me, man. I mean, what?
I mean, bro.
I mean, we were at the game. I mean, you saw what I saw. Talk to me, my man. Talk to me.
I'll try to get the words out, man. There is no words, bro. What a bust. How do you let that happen? I can start here. Maybe this is a good starting point. I was listening to Raider Nation Radio earlier, and some gal was on there, and she brought up a good point. If Josh Jacobs would have ran the ball 2 or 3 more plays, that would have probably killed a minute off the clock. A minute that the Cardinals did not have at the end of the game to work with. An extra minute, which, if you think about it, the clicker went all the way down to the last couple seconds.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know, man. I will start there. I will start with why not run the ball more, especially when it's working for you. And only one play we got hit in the backfield, dude. It was not a big deal. Nothing to look at and be like, hey, you know what? This plan is completely devastating. It's over. It's not going to work. Let's get away from it. No, it was one play. I don't understand it, bro. I really.
I think I know what play you're talking about. The one that was that they got stuffed behind the line of scrimmage, the running play.
I'm sorry, say that again.
I think I know which one you're talking about. The one time where they got behind the line of scrimmage to stop the run.
Yeah, they stopped us one time in the back, and then it's almost like after that, it was like, okay, let's just get away from this now. Let's do a 5-man set with empty backfield. It's like. You know that meme, kind of like where the bear just kind of like, wait, what's going on here?
I get it. I think for me, what really killed me, I think during this game, and I think what really get it, and there's already tension enough within Raider Nation. This is the first time where I think where it's really gotten to a boiling point within a bunch of Raider fans. They're saying, okay, enough's enough. Like, enough with the bull crap, enough with the bull, with the BS, enough with the, the same old, we're going to get better. We've been saying that for 20 years and it hasn't worked. This is where I'm coming from this is me personally. I'm not taking anything away from any Raider content out there. I'm not taking any away from what anybody said on the radio, what I've been hearing on any sports network. This is just me talking personally. Okay. This is me and only me, how I feel about the state of the nation right now. You could call it what you want. Some people out there are going to be, hey, Uncle P, what's up, man? Thank you for the shout out. But this is how it's going to be for me. Some people out there are going to be like, well, the defense has to do its job. All right. And yes, 100% they are right. It's not fair to the offense that they kept getting burned, that they keep giving up these points. All right. On the flip side, you would think a competent offensive team can hold a 20-0 lead. You would think that, hey, why are we doing this differently? Why are you allowing us why are you changing your game? Why are you changing the way you're playing in the second half when the first half was working perfectly fine? That's my first thing. We suck ass.
Yeah, we do.
Uncle Pablo, we suck ass. Easy, Uncle Pablo. Easy. All right, so that's the first thing. Another thing that people keep complaining about is this. Whether it's Josh McDaniels' play calling, because here's where I saw. This is where I saw. And we're going to get to him. We always get to him. What I saw was this. I saw a lot of checking out of plays. And what do I mean by that? Josh McDaniels called the play, and for whatever reason, and hey, you know what they always say, when you trust the quarterback because he sees something different and he thinks something can get going, then you trust him. And he can call an audible because you would think after 9 years he's earned that respect, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But there was a point where I told you, and I knew that we were in trouble because there was a play where the Arizona Cardinals said, okay, we're bringing everybody to stop the run. If you're going to beat us, you're going to beat me with your arm. First half, Derek Carr went 18 of 20 for 2 touchdowns. 2. In the second half, he went 2 for 8 for 14 yards. What does that tell you? What that told me is Arizona dared the Raiders to throw the football. They said, fine, you think you got the weapons? Prove it to me. And they didn't.
Look,
they didn't.
Bro, at the end of the day, I know where this is going, and I know where a lot of people are thinking, but I can't pin this one just on Carr.
I can't pin it on Carr either. This is where I'm coming from. And also, uncharacteristically, Hunter Renfrow did fumble twice, which is very rare for him. It was
twice in overtime.
And it sucked because he's a man that never does that. He's a football player that knows how to take care of the rock, and he fumbled it twice. I don't think so I can't blame it on Renfrow. Some people want to blame it on Renfrow for giving it up twice. Hey, I get it. This is where I'm coming from. Again, this is where I'm speaking from as my part of everything. Pinpoint exactly. This is too talented of a coaching staff to have these kind of mess ups. We can't be week 1, we're too aggressive. Week 2, we're too conservative. We only give up 7 points in the second half, week 1, and we give up 29 unanswered straight point in the second half. So something within that organization is telling me either the players are not buying into what the coaching staff is doing, or the coaching staff is not trusting the players enough to make their plays. And they need to figure this out, because here's the problem with this. Statistically, when you're 0-2, when you start your season 0-2, you only have an 11% chance of making the playoffs. The 3 teams that have ever done that in the history of the NFL, the 1984 Indianapolis Colts, the 2001 New England Patriots, and the 2009 New York or the 2007 New York Giants when they won the Super Bowl. Those are the only 3 teams that ever started 0-2 and make it to the playoffs. So statistically, if any team right now is 0-2, your season's over. Statistically, number-wise, say your season's done before it even started at this point. Here's my thing when it comes to the Raiders. I know they're too talented to lose these type of games. And maybe it is, we were in tough games last year and we barely win by the skin of the teeth. Now we're in tough games this year and we're losing by the skin of their teeth. Maybe it's a role reverse thing. But for me, this is where I'm coming from. Either the coaching staff is making the wrong adjustments and the players are not buying into it, or the coaching staff doesn't trust the players that they got, so they have to make these adjustments to try to make the best out of it. That's the only thing I can think of. I cannot see any other way than there's no way that we are only scoring just above 20 points with the names that we have. Because if we are, then it's a travesty. It's a shame. And there's no way that we're giving up 20-plus points with the players that we have on the field. So something's got to give. And that's where I stand with this team right now.
I mean, bro, I get everything that you're saying, but then again, it's like almost like we were talking about at the end of last year. Whoever they bring in, whatever they do, that's all fine and dandy. But last year we made it to the playoffs, and this year we got to go back. So whatever they got to do, they got to fix it. Again, excuses are excuses. Everybody has them. I know one of the things everybody's talking about is like it's only his second game. Josh McDaniel's second game. I mean, he's trying to figure out what
the kinks. He's trying to figure out the kinks.
Right, and I get that, but at the same time, you don't have to be a fucking genius to know that if you're up by 20 points in the second half, maybe run the ball a little bit. Just kill the clock a little bit, and put yourself in a great position to ultimately win the game.
Think about this. We only needed to score a field goal.
I know. That's what I'm saying. And then not only that, but then you kind of look at it again. I'm not going to just post it on one player or another player or whatever, or just the defense, because, the defense actually had to stop not only one, but two 2-point conversions and couldn't stop them. It might have been 3. I'm not sure. But it was definitely that one where they just lost gas and let Kyler Mighty Mouse run all over the field. It's just like, you look at it and it's like, okay, you know what? This guy, we said it, bro. We even talked about it in breakfast before we went to the game. What did we say? If the Raiders want to win, who do they have to stop?
Kyler Murray.
And did they stop him?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, so then you could say the defense. You could say whoever you want. Carr, the fumbles by
Renfro,
and whatever, But at the end of the day, this one for sure was a team loss. Nobody on the Raiders stepped up enough to make it a win.
I think that's where the travesty is, because I know we have the players to win, but nobody is stepping up. As far as I'm concerned, whoever's wearing the C's right now, take that shit off until you actually earn that shit.
Yeah,
because you haven't earned it. Devontae hasn't earned it. Derek Carr hasn't earned it. Max hasn't earned it. Mac Hollins hasn't earned it. Until somebody makes a play and steps up to be the real leader of this team, take off your C's. That's all I'm saying.
I have a question. So again, I listen to Raider Nation Radio pretty much all day while I'm working, and not to take any content from them. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm just, things that I hear and things I kind of look at. And I think I even brought it up to you when we were at the game on Sunday. Again, what is this guy's name? The one that plays opposite of Max Crosby?
Chandler Jones.
Okay. That guy sucks, bro. That guy sucks. A fat one. I seen, even there was a couple plays that I was watching while we were at the game, of course. He was just standing up, dude. Like, he was gassed. I'm like, dude, like, we really need to stop here, bro.
I get it, and I think everybody can agree the first 2 weeks of Chandler Jones, because he was supposed to be an upgrade over Yannick, and it's been a total bust.
Cheeks, bro. He sucks, dude.
Now, the guy that we got in the trade for Yannick, Rock Ya-Sin, he actually had a very, very good game. He actually had
my boy Amik.
Okay, the secondary actually had a very, very solid game. Amik with the interception, Rock Ya-Sin with an amazing performance. I mean, really look at it. He was targeted 10 times. He only allowed 2 catches for 10 yards and 0 touchdowns. The guy had an amazing game. Amik had an amazing game. Sam Webb and Duron Harmon, they came up big with big hits for them to stop on 4th downs. So the secondary did their job. It's just, again, we only have one pass rusher again. It feels like we only have one pass rusher again. And that is Max Crosby. And I hate to say this. If Chandler is too tired to go, if he's only going to be a situational pass rusher, then give some other kids looks. Give Kuntz a shot. Give Farrell a shot. Give somebody a shot, because 4 pressures in 2 games, that's not going to cut it when we're paying you top dollar like that. That's not going to cut it. That's not going to do it for me.
Cheeks, bro. That guy sucks, dude.
So,
he's
again,
horrible.
If he's really just starting to show his age and he's not ready to be a 3rd down pass rusher what he once was, give another guy some look. Kuntz, Farrell, Tashawn Bauer, who was actually who was actually playing, and he actually had some good pieces here and there, So, again, all I'm saying at the end of it is, for me, week 3 is going to be very telling for me, because week 3 is going to be where I get to see, okay, enough's enough. Either the coaching staff believes in this team and they believe in the players, or they're trying to do assignments so that way they can try to get the best of their abilities, and they're trying just the best to get out of them. That's it. Because there's no way Devontae Adams finishes the game with 2 catches, 17 yards, and a touchdown. There's no way. Like, you're kidding, right? Okay, and you see the frustration on his face. You saw it. We all saw it, and we all heard the news. He was the first one into the locker room after the game. He was the first one to bounce because he was done. All right? People can say what they want. Well, his family was there. He wanted to spend time with his family. Yeah, I'd be frustrated too if those were my final stat lines. 1 week, and that's the thing. Either 1 week, you have to stick to the script. You're either going to force feed him or you're going to balance it out. But you can't have this whole, I'm going to give you 20 looks 1 week, and next week I'm only going to let you have 6. He was brought in to be the number 1 wide receiver. This is what we wanted. Use him. All right, Darren Waller had a good game. Josh Jacobs, again, was up 50 rushing yards. Again. In the first half. And then we completely disbanded that. This is where I'm coming at, with me only. Coaching staff either did these contracts so we can see what we need to work on. Because remember, we talked about this on the way home. A lot of these contracts these guys got, the only one that's really locked down is Devontae. That's it. Devontae's the only one because we gave up a 1st rounder and a 2nd rounder. So he ain't going nowhere for a very long time. Now, these other guys that we signed, we're not financially committed to any of these guys. None of them. Chandler, none. Derek, none. You look at it. And this is where it comes down to. Like you said, we made the playoffs last year with a bunch of nobodies. This year, we're supposed to be somebody, and we look terrible. If we miss the playoffs, I'm sorry, guys. And for everybody that's going to watch this, common denominator for 9 years. You figure it out. I'm willing to suck with the Johnny Manziel than to go with this whole bull crap again. I'm sorry. I cannot do this anymore.
Yeah, I agree, man. I mean, we said it. I'm sure all Raider Nation kind of knew last year if they were going to have that much turmoil throughout the season and still be able to make the playoffs, why couldn't they do it this year? Again,
and don't give me none of that. The division's tougher. The conference. And I don't want to hear the division got tougher, the conference got tougher. No. That doesn't matter. That does not matter. None.
Yeah, they just got to get it done. They got to figure out a way, like you said, this weekend, dude. Let's talk about this weekend's game now, because obviously I don't want to talk about the Cardinals game any more than anybody else does. It's just those games where you just want to burn the tape. Just burn the tape, dude. It is what it is. That was just. It was one of those games you just want to forget about, dude. And we were literally there where, like, you would just, oh, my God, that was horrible, dude. Horrible.
I get it.
But time to move on.
Now, I will say this. I want to try to stay on the positive side of this thing. So I do want to give, some props to some players. Number one, that rookie, Farham. Again, I don't ask these rookies to come in and be all pros right away. I just need you to contribute, and he contributed last week at guard, and he contributed this week at center with Andre James being down, and I thought he had a solid performance.
Dude, he didn't skip a beat. Think about it. I bet you you could have asked anybody, been like, oh, that wasn't our regular center? Like, no, that was a guy off the bench.
That was the guy we drafted in the third round this year. So, I mean, and I always say, I don't want you to come in and be an old pro. I mean, it's great if you do, but I just want you to contribute as a rookie. And to be honest with you, he looked perfectly solid performance again. Week 1, solid performance again. Like I said last week, he was one of the highest graded center or rated offensive linemen last week. This week, again, another solid performance by him. So, again, that's all I asked for. Dylan Farham, for me, offensively, that dude deserved all the praises right now because he is looking like a very good steal in the third round. What about you, man? Do you have anybody that you want to give some praises to offensively?
Oh, man, I got to give it to my boy Amik, man. It was time, bro. It was time. He's battled for so long already, and to be just kind of like cast away luckily he was able to make the squad this year.
Yeah.
And he really just showed up yesterday, dude, and it's a tribute to his hard work and everything he's been trying to do. I constantly see him on Instagram saying, hey, it's about to be my time, and he always puts these like motivational quotes, and sometimes I just look at him and I'm just like, hey, Amik, like, enough with the quotes, dude. Just go out there and just do your game, dude. Like show everybody by talking on the field, by your actions, not your.
And hey, he had a good performance. He had a very good performance.
He did, man. It was his coming out party. I really hope that from here going forward, he can.
We can only hope that this game finally put something in him to where he can finally build moving forward.
Exactly. It was very, very, very.
Because you were down to earth on him since draft day. Like, that was your boy. Like, you're like, that's we got to get this guy. This is your guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And I saw that twinkle in your eye when he intercepted that ball. I saw that twinkle in your eye. Like, he did it. like a proud father watching his son do something great.
Yeah, that's my boy, man. No doubt about it. We all know Meek's my guy. I had him in my draft board the year that he came out. Of course, we drafted him, and I just want to see him get better and better every week and earn his spot, man, earn his pay,
Absolutely. I think defensively for me, I think if I were to put a very good, just very happy with the performance, it's easy to go with Max. It's very easy to do that because he's just a phenomenal stud. It's very easy to do that. I think my one player I would say defensively, I got to give props to Jonathan Abram. And not because of, and it's because of his play, but also because of his maturity and his awareness now. Like, there was a play that even I looked at you and I'm like, thank God he's matured, because if that was rookie Abram, he would have blown up fucking Kyler and that would have been a 15-yard penalty.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see that he's maturing. His awareness is getting better. And he's actually playing to his potential, and I'm finally happy that that's happening for him. The stuff was always in him, but now I get to see that it's finally coming out of him, and I'm very proud of him, of how he looked on Sunday. And, the last 2 weeks he's looked good, so very proud of him. Couldn't be any more happier. So that's my defensively. What about offensively for you, bro? What do you got?
Offensively, probably Jacobs, too. Jacobs been running with authority. And too bad that they took the ball pretty much out of his hands. But I really like the things Jacob's been doing lately. And, I don't know. I get a lot of crap for hating the draft pick, Josh Jacobs, the year that he got drafted. I still get a lot of crap for that. But, truth be told, dude, I mean, he is a good back when healthy, of course,
of course. Yeah, of course. Absolutely. 100%. 100%.
Yeah, last year it was like, this is the Josh Jacobs you always want to see, but a lot of people say it, and I kind of agree with it. Is like, yeah, he's looking good now, but let him take a couple licks, and then guess what? 2 or 3 games down the season, he's going to start limping again, and then he's going to start hurting. And I mean, I know that that's the life of the running back position, but still, like right now, he looks good. I hope he could just keep it up.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, like I said, I think last week, like you said, I think let's just burn the tape. There's nothing we can really learn from it other than, hey, it was just one of those things. It happens. We move on. Now let's move into week 3. It is finally here, week 3. We're going to travel to Music City, USA, Country Music City, USA, Nashville, Tennessee, where we get to take on the Tennessee Titans at Nissan Stadium this Sunday. So obviously, there's no secret to it. Both teams are starting 0-2. Both two teams have very tough losses on their schedule. The Tennessee Titans, week 1, they lost due to a field goal that was missed. And yesterday they played that Monday nighter where
they got obliterated.
They, again, just like how we're burning our week 2 tape, I'm pretty sure Tennessee's going to burn that tape too. So, but again, that was Buffalo, and that's a very, very competitive team. That is a very good Buffalo Bills squad that they got up there. Now, here's kind of the thing where I was even talking to, my buddy Brandon this morning during our sports recap show this morning. I told him, when it comes to Tennessee, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Mike Vrabel has to make the toughest decision in week 3. I know he's already been looking at Raider film. I'm sure Josh McDaniels has already been looking at Tennessee film. So we hope, right? So we hope. Now, if I'm Mike Vrabel, and this is just me, you saw what happened against the Chargers when they played it against he's not the most mobile, but Justin Herbert can move. He can move. And the defense had no answer. They saw what Kyler Murray did to them, and he's more athletic and mobile than that. And he saw what he did to the Raiders. Mike Vrabel has to make a decision because 2 weeks now, Ryan Tannehill has not been playing up to the standards that they're paying him. Malik Willis is there. We know he's mobile coming out of Liberty, the rookie quarterback out of Liberty. So we know he's there. And this is kind of where I'm a little shocked to say this. Mike Vrabel actually might have to make a decision at quarterback switch so early in the season because his division is not out of reach. All right? Everybody in that division is not out of reach. Jacksonville's in first, but for how long? Tennessee has the talent, and they need to do something. They need to do something with this. So it's going to be very interesting to see, but we all know the bigger picture when it comes to Tennessee. We know where the offense stands with Tennessee. It's that bad man from Alabama, the baddest man on the planet. All right? Derek, the King, Henry Jaguars to the Super Bowl. No mames. No mames. No mames. Tío, come on.
Where did this guy come from?
Apaciguate. Easy. Come on. But no, we all know the bad man. It's Derrick Henry. If you could stop Derrick Henry, it's shown 2 weeks that offense has nothing to offer. So, bro, I ask you, what are the key points for this week's game? What are you looking at for this week's game?
No, you just said it, bro. There's not much to it. You just got to stop the running back, bro. 2 weeks in a row where we just got to stop one player. Kyler Murray was last week. With the Chargers, obviously, in week 1, it was different. Like, you had to stop a bunch of different players, not just Herbert, but, Eckler and everybody else. This week, as long as you could control, I don't know if you could completely stop him, but at least control him. Derrick Henry, the King. I like our chances, bro. I really think that this week we get it done, dude. We're gonna stop Henry. Everybody's just gotta get on board, dude. That's it. Starting 0-2, nobody thought it was going to happen. It did, whatever. Burn the tape. Let's move forward. Stop the king. And I think we can do some damage, dude. I think we will do damage this week.
I think defensively for me, it's more than just stopping Derrick Henry. One, we got to get the pressure up the middle. My deal Pablo said it best. No defensive tackles. Look, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry to say this. Look, it's all fine and dandy if you want to put 2 run stuffers up there, but the problem is they're not getting any pressure when it comes to this. Like when it comes to getting pressure in the middle, they're only there to stop the run. We need to get some pressure up the middle now. Whether that's blitzing a linebacker, whether that's blitzing anything, we need to get pressure because this is just one of those things where it's like Max can't do everything, and Chandler Jones is not even willing to attempt to do anything. That's the thing with me. So for me, I think defensively, if we can get pressure up the middle to stop whether it's Ryan Tannehill or Malik Willis, I think we can. I think defensively, that's what I'm looking forward to. If we could just put a little bit of pressure up the middle, I like our chances to kind of contain the running game. And also, force whether it's Ryan Tannehill or Malik Willis to throw the ball. And if they beat us by that arm, then, hey, we have no business winning that game anyway. So
that's for sure, bro. And then, and as far as the defensive tackles go, kind of like what Pablo was talking about, the young kid out of LSU, right? I forget his name, but
Neil Farrell. Yeah,
he played a couple snaps. And then I actually like that kid Billingsley. And then, of course, our main defensive tackle is Hankins. Like you said, bro, they're okay for stuff in the run or whatever, but we need help, getting after the quarterback, dude. Max Crosby cannot be the only player this week. They need I'm not gonna even pretend to remember his name, dude, because that guy sucks so bad. We just need to play Coons, and we need to play that other kid, the one that did really good in preseason.
Tashawn Bauer,
Tashawn Bauer, the guy that's starting. I don't remember his name. I really could care less. That guy sucks, dude. They need to get somebody else in there. Start Coons, dude.
Now, offensively, this is going to be a little bit trickier because Tennessee's secondary is a little bit underrated. It's really good. They have a Pro Bowl safety back there. They have 2 corners that can actually play man press, off press, zone. They have very good secondary. And I think offensively for me, we have to take advantage of the fact that Jeffrey Simmons is not there for Tennessee, who is one of the young and upcoming defensive tackles. He will be missing this week's game. We need to establish that run, and I'm going to pound the table for this. We have to go into Tennessee not afraid to run the ball. We cannot be afraid to run the ball because this is not a week where you want to abandon run because in order to beat Tennessee, you need to make sure that Derrick Henry is on that sideline as long as he can. Because if we can control the clock and we can go up by a few scores, they're going to have to abandon their run game, which means Derrick Henry is ineffective. At that point, he no longer exists. Offensively, for me, we have to attack the run, whether that's with Jacobs, whether it's with Zamir, whether it's with Abdullah, whether it's with the other kid, from UCLA, whoever is
Johnson, Johnson,
Britton Brown, whatever his name is, the fullback. We got to get him involved. We got to be physical this week. They have to be physical. That offensive line has to have that mentality of we're going to have to go into Tennessee. We're going to have to take on their best shot. And again, no Harold Landry, no Jeffrey Simmons, possibly no Harold Landry, but definitely for sure no Justice Simmons. We need to go up there. We just need to be physical up front, and we just need to control that clock. The longer we control the ball, the more chances we have of winning. That's my take offensively.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's just at the end of the day, bro, they just got to have everybody all together. Everybody's got to be working for the same goal, which means getting out of the L's.
Yeah.
We got to win, dude. We're 0-2 when everybody thought we were going to be winning this division. I don't know. We just all got to be on the same page, dude. Everybody's got to be on the same page.
Yeah, no, I agree. So I think this week's going to be very telling. And I don't want to be dramatic. I don't want to say it's do or die.
It kind of is, though.
But it's looking bleak if you start 0-3.
Yeah. everybody's already jumping off the bandwagon and they're 0-2. Can you imagine 0-3? It's going to be mayhem, bro.
Yeah.
And especially against 3 teams, you could kind of say that you should have won. I mean, Chargers was a coin flip. You should have beat Arizona. And then, Tennessee, the blood's in the water, dude. We should totally smack them around. But if you lose 0-3, everybody's gonna be fucking going crazy.
And here's the thing. I mean, the thing is, they're not coming back home until October. The next time we see them in Vegas is in October because they got Tennessee this week. Then they got
Denver. No, they got Denver next week.
No. They got the Chiefs next week for Monday Night Football, and then they come home to Denver. So I'm not saying that your season's on the line here for Raider Nation and for the Raiders organization, but it's gonna look pretty bleak if you can't come out with a W in Tennessee, because at that point, it's not looking too good for your future. Now, there's been some crazy instances, but we'll see. We'll see. So, just to wrap it up, bro, who are you looking forward to? If you can name me 3 players, one on offense, one on defense, and one on special teams, who are you really looking forward to offensively?
Okay, bro. So offensively, we just, it starts with the captain, dude. It's got to be Carr. It's got to come from somewhere. I know you hate that answer because you hate that guy's guts, but he's just, I don't know, man. It's never going to change. Whatever. I'm not even going to get to that because we could sit here and talk for another 30 minutes, and I'm not even going to go down that rabbit hole. I got to see Carr do it. Okay, Carr's got to win it for us. Whatever. Defensively, I'm going to put it on the defensive line, dude. The whole defensive line's got to do everything and work together to stop Henry, the king.
Yeah.
And then special teams, dude, it is what it is, dude. I mean, Cole or Iceman, they need to put us in the right position. That's it. It's very simple, dude. You know what I mean? We can't make the game more difficult than it already is. We got to simplify it. Go out there, punch them in the fucking mouth, and start to get this thing going, dude. They need some confidence, dude. They need it bad. They better get it this Sunday.
I agree. I think offensively for me, who I'm looking at this week, and it's going to be a little bit of a shocker because of how much I actually praised this guy during the offseason. It's actually Colton Miller. Listen, first game was not your most impressive. You're the veteran of the offensive line. And you caused a penalty right on the very first play of our offensive drive. And he had a good game, but it's like, hey, I need you to take that step now to be like, okay, you're our franchise left tackle. There's like no question about it. I cannot have no more doubts about you being our franchise left tackle. So that's the first guy I'm looking at offensively is Colton Miller. Defensively, honestly, I'm going to be 100% honest with you. And I think this is going to come as a shock to pretty much everybody. And honestly, it's Chandler Jones. Like, hey, dude, I'm not paying you all this money to only get 4 pressures in 2 games. Like, I expect 4 pressures every single game. Like, that's what you were brought in here for. I mean, if you need a breather, then what the heck is the point of paying you almost $15 million a year?
Home. If you need a breather, stay home. Don't come. Give us our money back.
Like,
let's pay for somebody else. That guy sucks, dude.
Like, honestly, and that's sad to say because I know he's a really good player. I know I've seen it. We've all seen it. But it's just not there. For whatever reason, it's not there. And I don't know if it's a psyche thing. I don't know if it's a mental thing. I don't know if there's an injury that's not being discussed. I don't know.
He's old, dude. It's over. Cash it in. It was like his last chance to get a paycheck, and we're the only idiots that would pay him. And the amount that we're paying him, it's ridiculous. Just look. We got to be smart. Give Kuntz the fucking snaps, dude. He's going to be there for years to come. This Joker's not, dude. I don't know. Chandler Jones, I hope I can remember his name, but Kuntz is going to be there for years to come, dude. This guy's not. Start mixing it 50-50 at least.
Now, special teams, I think is going to be a little bit of a surprise for people because I've actually hearing from training camp, seeing him in preseason, and then seeing what he did on Sunday. Matt Collins, number 10. I think the dude is a freaking stud.
Yeah.
The dude's a freaking stud. And listen, that number 2 wide receiver spot is still open. Like, nobody's really taken charge. If Matt Collins has another good game where he's catching everything and he's doing his stuff on special teams, why not give this guy a look as the number 2 wide receiver? What does it hurt you now? What can it hurt now? You didn't want to solidify that. You traded away Brian Edwards. You didn't want to bring in a veteran. You didn't want to do any of that. So why not give this guy a look? What's the worst that can happen? It doesn't work out? Oh, no. So that's me. I want to see Matt Collins have another performance game, like a statement game, to be like, hey, I deserve some starter reps. I deserve it. Because he does. Week 1, he had a good game. Week 2, he had another good game. If he puts it again together, I don't see why he doesn't get any starting snaps week 4. That's just me, though. That's just me. So those are my 3. And lastly, we do have some good news out of all this tyranny of a typhoon fire hole that is going on right now. There is some little bit of good news. There have been some Raiders that have been elected to the next process of the Hall of Fame. One of them being Shane Lechler. We're very happy to announce that Shane Lechler is in for consideration to be in the Hall of Fame for his first try. First time eligible, and he's getting some looks, and I'm very happy to announce that. And I cannot rave about this man enough. This man has done so much for Raider Nation. This dude was the freaking god of punters when we were growing up watching this team.
Well, remember, we didn't get to see Guy. We didn't get to see Ray Guy. So all the old timers would be like, oh, Ray Guy. Well, you know what? We had Lechler, dude. So, and Lechler, I mean, to be considered, Ray Guy is a Hall of Famer, an actual Hall of Famer. And Lechler will be in there. And at least that was our punter that we got to see.
And I think the one I think I'm really going to knock the table for this year is Steve Wisniewski. The guy did everything you can ask for and so much more. And it's a shame that he's not in the Hall of Fame yet. So I'm really hoping him, Mike Haynes, or Shane Lechler, they finally get in. Lester Hayes, they finally get in.
Lester.
And they just finally shut that door, and it's over. Like, they finally made it into the Hall of Fame. I hope one of those guys make it. Either way.
Sooner than later, bro.
Exactly. Sooner rather than later.
You know where I'm going with that. Sooner than later, NFL.
I get it. There's been some questionable calls about some Hall of Famers going in lately that aren't here with us anymore. And not just on the Raiders side, but all across the board. Yeah. There was that one year where Junior Seau was eligible for like 5 years, and they finally put him in the year after, he took his own life, which is a shame because Junior Seau should have been in way before that. Like, that's where I'm going with it.
First ballot for me, first ballot guy.
That dude was phenomenal. All right, so the fact that they waited that long to put his name in, travesty. Pro Football Hall of Fame Committee, travesty.
Yep.
So, guys, do the right thing and while they're still here, please put them in because they earned that much respect because they gave so much excitement to the fans. So put them in while they're still alive. And that's everybody across the board. We're happy to see that Tom Flores got in because, oh man, that would have been it for me. That would have been it, if, like, God forbid anything happened to Tom before his induction and he wasn't with us. That would have been like, wow, really?
Yeah, I'm done.
Like a 2-time Super Bowl champ, and you're going to wait until he's gone. Smart. So that's all I'm saying for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Committee. The guys that are still here with us, breathing, alive, and they deserve that spot, put them in. All right, don't fiddle-foot around it. Don't make this into a popularity contest. I don't care if you media people have issues with the player. Don't look at your personal issues with them. Look at the film of his game. That's all I'm saying. That's where I leave it at that with the Pro Football Hall of Fame Committee.
I'm gonna go ahead and sign out. I'm gonna go ahead and leave you with my prediction for Sunday's game.
I don't get my predictions until tomorrow, my man. You know this.
I was hoping you kind of do one like to kind of together. Maybe hopefully you don't go first this time. Because every time you go for us, we fucking lose.
Okay, man.
Go with Raiders. Raiders are gonna stomp them, bro. They have to. We're gonna go 27.
Okay.
No, 28.
28.
28 to 10. I think.
Oh, wow. So we're going to cover the spread, the whole shebang, huh? We're covering the spread and whole shebang. All right.
Yes, sir. We're going to take care of them, man. So, yeah, hopefully, I guess we'll be watching the game on Sunday. Maybe we could tune in for a quick little maybe before the game. We can go on live and, talk to a couple people who are getting ready for the game. I'm sure people are going to be barbecuing and stuff. So, maybe we could do a little 5-10 minute chat before the game starts.
Of course. Absolutely. We will be there. And then, like I said, I don't give out my predictions until tomorrow because I do the show with Brandon. So I'm going to wait till tomorrow to do the show with him. And hopefully I will take your advice of what you told me, but I have to go with my gut here. I have to go with my instincts here. So we'll see. But other than that, bro, thank you again for tuning in. I will see you next Tuesday. I will be back here tomorrow to do the show with Brandon. We'll make our NFL weekly picks, and then we'll see how we do. Until then, bro, take it easy, and see you Sunday, my man.
Thank you, brother. Have a good one.
All right, everybody have a wonderful night. You all take care. Bye.